Hey, what's going on? And welcome back to 10 Minute Mentor. I'm your host, Rich Perry, joined by my co host, Ava Compton. Ava, what's going on today?
I'm excited to talk about building connections.
All right, so building connections. All right, so that's the topic. What is the exact question that came in?
So, how do you start building professional connections as a young professional?
Okay. Building building connections. Let's see. When you're just starting out, I know we kind of talked about this in a previous episode. We talked about like networking. We also talked about like using LinkedIn more for the digital world, right? Um, the approach that I take, and I'm not saying that this is like the approach that everyone needs to take, but this is what I have found is when I'm going to a networking event, or I'm going to a seminar, or I'm going to a conference or something like that, and I'm going to be around other people, um, I'm one of the things that I'm going for is to learn, right? But I'm also going to see who I can find that is interesting. All right. And maybe that person is going to be a future collaborator. Maybe that person's going to be someone that is going to teach me something that I don't know. Okay. And I go with the approach of I'm just going to make some friends. Okay. Yeah, maybe the word friends is doing a lot of lifting there. Okay. Because, not necessarily am I going to invite these people over for a barbecue when the weather's nice, or I may not go to their child's graduation or christening or something like that, right? But I'm going with the mindset of I'm going to make some friends, I'm going to meet some cool people today, so let me try and find them. Okay. And if you go with that approach, number one, it's going to be much easier to have those conversations. And then from there, it becomes a matter of just getting to know these individuals and what it is that they're good at. And things that you might want to do would be to carry a notebook with you, to get some of those important details. If you've got a good memory, then that helps, right? Um, but you're getting to know these individuals and saying, hey, you know what, the next time I need someone who specializes in that craft or that trade, or has that area of expertise, that's going to be the person that I reach out to, right? Also too, when you attend networking events on a regular basis, you're going to start to have conversations with some of the same people, and you're deepening that relationship. Okay, so that's another way to build your connection base. And those are, I think, some of the best ways that I've done it. Okay, utilizing whether it's in-person networking, whether it's LinkedIn, like digital networking tools and things like that. Um, that's something that has really helped me. Also, too, I'm not sure if we talked about this before. If you find yourself having difficulty making those initial connections, right? Because your question is how to um, build your connection base, right? If you're having trouble having those initial conversations, read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay. Even though the book was written like 80 or 90 years ago, he talks about how to have conversations with people, and those same conversation starters, those same uh, human, the same ways that you approach people from a human behavior standpoint hasn't changed in 80 years. It's probably the same way that we've been having conversations and relationships with people through the last couple hundreds and thousands of years. That's people are people, right? Technology has changed, but people really haven't. So developing that skill set of being able to have conversations with folks. And then from there, it's like, oh, yeah, I've got this person in my network. I've got this person in my network. I've got this person in my network. That's going to be one way to really build your connection base. And then from there, it's just reaching out to people on a regular basis, like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. What's been going on in your world? Just like you might with your personal friends, your personal connections, you want to utilize that same approach with your professional circles. Does that help answer that one?
Yeah, and I think also relying on relatability too is we're all human, and like you said, we're all people, so it's good to just connect with each other and not be afraid to.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are, if you're watching this and you live in northeastern Pennsylvania, we've got a lot of really cool networking groups like Wilkes-Barre Power, NEPA Networkers. There's a Back Mountain networking group. I know there's a Hazleton networking group. There's a lot of opportunity for you to get out into the world, to meet people of like mind or people that might have a skill set or an area of expertise that might complement yours, and you might be able to do projects and work things together. Or you might even meet people that will fill in the gaps, things that you don't necessarily do, but they're able to fill in those areas and you're able to grow as a professional. So, those are probably the best tips that I can give as far as building your connection base and in the professional world. Anything else that you wanted to add there, Ava?
Yeah, I do have a follow-up question. You're not
Okay.
off the hook just yet.
Okay.
My next question is, what is one networking habit that has helped you the most?
A networking habit that has helped me the most is making it a consistent thing. Okay, we talked about putting yourself out there and going to networking events, or using tools, online tools like LinkedIn. Being consistent, okay, showing up. You don't have to attend every single event. We can't, right? You can't attend every conference or every seminar or every business card exchange or every networking event. You can't be online every single day. However, setting aside time to be consistent, setting aside time to go to a couple networking events a quarter, okay, or carving out 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes every other day to have those conversations with your online network. Being consistent, you're going to be top of mind with these people. When they have that issue, they're going to reach out to you, or you're going to be the first one to find out about an event that's coming because a couple weeks down the road, because you were there, you were present when they made the announcement. Okay, so develop some kind of consistency. Find the cadence that's right for you. It doesn't, as I said, doesn't have to be everyone, doesn't have to be every single day, but be consistent with it. That way people remember you much easier, and they think of you when something comes up and they're like, hey, that guy or that gal can help solve my problem, or that guy or that gal has the insight that I need, or can help me address this issue, because I know that that's what they do. So they're thinking of you in when they need it most. So I hope that answers your follow-up question.
Yeah, it does. Consistency is definitely a simple tool that some people overlook. So it's good to have in your back pocket.
Absolutely. So, folks, If you've got a question, drop it in the comments. We're going to be monitoring. If you've got a story or a piece of insight that you want to share related to the question that Ava was talking about here, building that professional network, drop it there in the comments as well. Let's keep that conversation going. Tune in next time to 10-Minute Mentor, the special college edition. Ava, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the other side.